In this video, we'll briefly discuss what attitudes are and explain where your attitudes come from. So these attitudes are relatively stable over time, and they contain beliefs, emotions, feelings, and they can be about a group of people, an idea, or an activity. Now, these attitudes can be explicit or implicit. And remember, we've had these terms before. So when you hear that word explicit, you want to think it's something that we're conscious of, something that we're aware of. So an explicit attitude, you're aware of that attitude. You know that it shapes decisions that you make. So just for an easy example, I know that I have the attitude that I am not a huge fan of country music and I like alternative rock. So when I get in the car and I either turn on the radio station or decide to stream music, that shapes the decision for what I'm going to listen to. So implicit attitudes, on the other hand, remember the word means that there are things that we're not aware of, that we don't consciously think of, but they still are going to influence our decisions that we make. So we're unaware of them, but they still influence our behaviors in ways that we just don't recognize. So maybe when you go to the store and you buy one brand of cheese over another, or a brand of milk over another. Now, why do you make that choice? I mean, maybe it's based off of price and you're comparing prices, but a lot of times it's commercials that we've seen, or we buy the same things that our parents bought. We have the attitude that one thing is better than another because of past experiences. So where do these attitudes come from? A lot of you are probably thinking, well, they come from those social, cultural interactions that we have, the experiences that we have, the people that we find around us, our economic standing maybe, the social circles that we have. And because of this, our attitudes can change. Although they are relatively stable, they can change. If you think about it, you have new experiences every day. When you're younger, the people who are going to influence you the most are going to be your parents and the family that you're around most of the time. And then as you get older, you move away from home, and your friends, your significant others, your coworkers, they all become major influences in your lives and can change your attitudes. A lot of you are at a point in your life right now where you're experiencing a lot of new things with college, working. Maybe some of you have moved away from home already, and so you might be seeing some of your attitudes changing, shifting away from those familial attitudes that you had growing up, and that's okay. More recently, social psychologists have been looking at the heritability of attitudes, and they found that there are some differences in attitudes that can actually be attributed to genetics. So while your religious affiliation, your political beliefs, they're not inherited, the religiosity you have and the political conservatism, those things can be inherited. We also talked about in the personality chapter that there is genetic contribution to our personality traits, and those can influence our attitudes. But our experiences really still seem to influence our attitudes more than our genes.